Welcome to E360 TV, the live streaming and on-demand destination for influential voices and enlightened audiences. We offer trending, grassroots, and purpose-driven content across a diverse range of interests. E360 TV is more than just watching programs. We offer the ability to interact with live shows connecting audiences to real, authentic influencers and storytellers while streaming to millions of devices. Real experiences. Raw conversations. One destination for it all. E360 TV.
Hello, hello, hello. I have a question for you. Have you ever felt completely lost? You know, seeking purposeful direction that could and should propel your mission within your divine journey to that next level, but still it hasn't happened. Well, my name is Lauren Michaels Harris, and I'm the founder of P3, the Journey Series. People come to me because they're wounded. Many are scared, and even there are those who are bruised simply because they feel that they are increasingly, for whatever reason, losing their ability to dream. Now, this P3 program is not for a person who's just looking to start a business, no, but rather for those of you out there who have been on your journey and you've been navigating within your divine purpose, but you still desire to elevate to that level that you have not reached yet. If this is appealing, if this describes you, then I want to have a chat with you. I want to hear your story. So use the link below to get registered for your free seat at P3, the Journey Series. And let's get started, one story at a time. I'll see you inside. Click the link. Because now I know when something happens in our lives that is unexpected, you have to go into it in order to ever have any hope of coming through it. So when you go, guess what? When you come out the other side, you grow.
Brought out more in me than I thought that I didn't even know that I had.
That has given all of us a great hope for what we can do with our own messages, our abilities to deliver, but most importantly, to deliver it in an authentic and very, very intriguing way.
Have you ever been in something or felt something where the only way you felt you could deal with it was to leave, get away? I thought that was the meaning of control. It took me 4.5 years to stop looking around the room of my life, of my journey, of my purpose, digging in cushions for a remote that never existed. Looking, re-looking, going back and upgrading, bringing in and pulling out things that do not serve you must go. Those things out in this world that are designed to bring us down, to keep us down, put their foot on our neck and whisper to us that we're never good enough, they don't whisper. They yell at us from all directions, top to bottom, bottom to top, side to side, side to side, corner to corner, and corner to corner, 365 days. When somebody asks you about yourself, don't you dare whisper. When they ask you to raise your hand, don't you dare half raise it. When they ask you something good about you, you scream it with all you have. Come on now, get up, get up. Tell me who you are. Show me who you are. Greatest truth of all, that not everyone has to remain lost.
soul. Baby, I'll show you mine. Show me your soul. Honey, it's way past time. How expensive do I have to be? Need I spell it out before you get it, baby? Show me your soul. And honey, I'll show you mine. I'll show you mine. Boy, I'm standing right here holding up a sign, shamelessly displaying my state of mind. But you walk right past me, pretending like you don't see what's yours for the taking tonight.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Give yourselves a round of applause. We're alive. We are alive and we are full of life. Can I get an amen? Good morning, everybody. Welcome to today. I'll kick it off. There's the first one. I'm not scared. I am not ashamed. I do not hide it under a bushel. No, I'm going to let it shine. You're absolutely right. It's a beautiful day. It's Monday. It's raining here in the Chicagoland area, but it is sunshiny up in here. Yes, it is. Good morning, all of you. I see you, beautiful people. Welcome to today's installment of Bathrobe Moments. I'm your host, Dr. Lauren. And what a weekend. What a weekend. What a weekend. Closed the deck down. Got everything all packed away. My grill, my baby is packed away for a while anyway. And, we started putting Christmas up. We've decided to do a little every week instead of trying to do it all in one day. And so, yeah, let's just say this year it was a fight for space because a lot of my plants from the deck lived on. And so I needed to bring them inside. And my husband was like, what about all my Christmas stuff? We worked it out. So anyway, listen, we have a brand new sponsor starting today, and you're going to see a few of them over the next few weeks, of course, because it's the holiday season. Yeah, what's up with that? How come you guys only show up for sponsorship? Oh, I'm just kidding. I know why. Because it's the holidays. In the corner. Where is it? This is like rubbing your head and tapping your stomach. It's hard to do. That green thing there in the corner. Okay, so it's really up there. There. You know, that green, that. Use your phone to scan that, and it's going to take you over to a wonderful page where if you're wondering how at 62 Dr. Lauren manages to be so youthful and glowing, okay, whatever. I know it's not all that, but these are products. They're all natural and they're organic, and I guess that's kind of synonymous. And I met these two. It's a mother-daughter duo who make these brands. Wait, I have some pictures. Anyway, I started using their products. They were in New York City at an event I spoke at earlier in the year. And these are actually the whipped mango butter is one of my favorites, followed by the coconut whipped butter, which accounts for my youthful glow. Wait. And then this is another one of my little secrets. This, it's a facial oil, and I put it on at nighttime. Just, you know, because when you're 62, your skin, my skin anyway, soaks up stuff. I'm like, oh my goodness, skin, breathe. My skin's like anything I put on. You'll see as you get older, your skin gets drier. Anyway, this stuff is really great. It doesn't have any of those additives and things, and I'm starting to care more about that. I really am. Seriously, its impact on everything around us, what it does to my body. Funny how when you get to 62 and you have more life behind you than you have in front of you, most likely, the things that begin to matter. So anyway, I am going to listen. What all the products you see reasonably priced, $20, $18, $20, and so you're going to get an even bigger discount when you head over. Here it is. I'm going to use this Black Friday early, Blessed Friday, not black. I know that's kind of scary and dark. Black Friday, no, Blessed Friday. I love it. Use that discount code when you go over for an additional discount, just because of being a wonderful person. That's the only reason. It's not because you're watching Bathrobe Moments. Well, that kind of had a little to do with it, but it's because you're a wonderful person. So that's the bell of purpose. I'm going to ring it throughout the broadcast when some truth is on the table, because just like the bell, the truth has a ring to it. Wonderful guest today. She's coming from across the pond, as they put it. Means in Europe. God, where have you been? I know, I didn't know it either until recently. Anyway, Diana is here today, and Diana Tyson, and she is the founder of Natural Transformation Therapy. She specializes in Reiki, some other thing that starts with an S, and I'm going to have to have her. I'm not even going to try to butcher it. Egyptian, something that starts with a C. Girl, you and these big words. Anyway, and she's a teacher. I'm going to let her tell you, because I don't like messing up sacred words, and these look like sacred words. So I'm going to just leave them there until she can fix it. She was a teacher and a therapist, and she is, and she's created her own natural transformation therapy. Gosh, it's a holistic therapy. And she's also, I want to talk to her today about safe holding space. I found that interesting. We're going to talk about healthy boundaries today. I find that interesting. And she's also an Amazon bestseller inside of a book with some other authors. The book's entitled Beyond the Ordinary, Discover the Power of Creative and Neurodiverse Women, Self-Help Guide. Now, there's a mouthful of title. Go ahead. That's a long title, but I bet it's full. It's good. It's worth every syllable. So anyway, she has 2 grown children. Both of them are neurodiverse, which you ask me, I am too, but that's my superpower. I wouldn't trade it for nothing. For real. I'm serious. Everything they try to make you feel ashamed about or less than, you better get close to it. There's some magic in there. I promise you that. So anyway, she's never been here before. Today's her first day. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to get on our feet. How? By putting some hearts on the screen. It's the virtual way of saying welcome. Amen. I see you. And let's get it going. She's coming down the hallway right now. Welcome, Diana, to the stage. Well, hello. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. What a beautiful welcome.
Why, thank you. Is that a New York City accent I detect?
No.
Oh, you must be from the South, Alabama.
It's a Leeds, England, Yorkshire accent. Yorkshire.
As in pudding?
Yes, as
or
in
the puppy.
Yorkshire pudding.
The pudding or the puppy?
Oh, as pudding. Definitely pudding.
Is that a real thing, Yorkshire pudding?
Absolutely it is. It happens with every Sunday lunch in Yorkshire.
Is it sweet?
You can have it savoury with gravy on.
Gravy?
With lots of onions.
Oh.
Or you can have it cold with custard and a bit of jam.
Oh. Yorkshire Pudding Masterclass 101 with Diana Tyson. There you go. I'm so happy you're here. Listen, Miss Diana, I'm going to dip out, which is English for leave. Well, I mean American, because we both speak English. How come we don't speak American? Yeah, what's that? What's up with that? Anyway, I'm going to leave for about 60 seconds or less. Don't feel pressured to fill the whole time. But I'm going to run out and I'm going to come back. But while I'm gone, I'd like you to just introduce yourself, create your own vibe, let people know what it is that's unique about you that allows you to ease suffering somewhere in the world every single day. And then I'll come back in and we'll get started. How's that sound?
That sounds lovely and wonderful.
All right. It's all you. Take it away.
Hi, I'm Diana Tyson from Natural Transformation Therapy. And I hold a safe space for real deep inner healing to take place. So I allow people and guide them and facilitate them to release emotions that are holding them back. Things that are negative energy, negative feelings, negative things from the past and in the present. And I help people to transform the challenges that they face to arrive at solutions. I'm an Egyptian, Cartouche, Reiki master and Seichem master. And I'm also an intuitive healer. So I use these combinations of energy therapy to help people release what they don't want anymore. So many things hold us back. and we can just feel stuck, stagnant, feel drained, feel heavy. Our auras can feel heavy. People can put their stuff on them, on us. And it's a way of clearing. So natural transformation, the soul synergy experience I've created, it helped. I was given it some of it by spirit, and with the wealth of wisdom of all my different therapies like acupressure, EFT, hypnotherapy, and all the energy modalities that I have and crystals, I created this lovely, beautiful sequence that allows that person who comes into my healing lodge in Leeds to facilitate and let go of things they want to let go of at that time, but then move positively and empower themselves into positive, powerful energy and clarity. So that's me.
Let me unmute myself. Listen, thank you for that. And I want you to relax.
Okay.
I know I'm saying I see it's so difficult. I thought you were going to be, I said, she's so shy. It's going to be like pulling teeth. How wrong I was. Okay. And I'm glad. So I want to ask you something though. You said you're pretty good at helping people get rid of stuff they don't want, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You can get started on these 20 pounds. I got 10 here and 10 over here. Do your thing. Go.
For me, at the end of the day, you look very healthy. You've got a fabulously healthy mindset.
Yeah, I might have a healthy mind, but these back flaps aren't. Anyway, I'm just joking with you.
Cherries.
So, I want to get into this though, seriously. And let's talk about something that a lot of us will glaze over, or just kind of say, oh yeah, I'm holding space. This holding space thing. What I like about the way you put it is safe. The safe holding of space, because we can actually hold, especially those of us who are known empaths, holding space. How detrimental can it be if you don't know the difference between safe holding space and the opposite?
For me, I actively listen to the person, really listen, so that they can acknowledge what's going on. But when we're holding space, we're actively listening, and we're watching body language. We're looking how they move, how they speak when they say certain words. What is really impacting that person? What's creating this negativity within them? Is it something that's been said to them in the past? Is it something that they believe? Is it imposter syndrome? Is it negative talk all the time? What's really a driving force for them? And when I look at holding space for somebody, it's allowing them to talk and to trust their own intuition that they're in a place where they want to move forward. So a lot of questions that I ask is, do you really want to get rid of this feeling? Are you ready to move forward in your life? Are you ready to move into that magical part of who you really want to be? And if they say yeah, then I'm there watching intuitively. I also get spirit guides coming into me, talking to me, and they'll say things like they're holding space in the heart, they're holding it in the throat. I can actually feel that person's energy through their chakras. So I can actually feel their chakras as they move into my healing lodge.
You can?
Yeah.
Is that thing turned on right now?
It's always on.
Oh, so do you feel mine?
I feel that you have.
Wait. Let me just tell you first. I'm very sensitive and I cry. It doesn't take much. Go ahead. No pressure.
As soon as I came on to you, I felt a real pity pattering in your heart space. So it's about you taking on some more love for you.
Oh,
you give out so much love and you give so much positivity. I want you to give some of that back to yourself.
That's interesting because I'm sitting here going, how do you do that? How do you give it back to yourself?
You give it back to yourself by speaking kindly to yourself. You go out in nature. You connect with something that makes your soul sing. So for you, I can imagine it's music.
It is.
Dancing.
Well, that's up for debate in our family because there are some haters who say that Uncle Lauren, they call me Uncle Carlton from Fresh Prince because they think that's a. But so yeah, dance. I agree. You're the one with the gifts.
So somatic movements, really moving and allowing your hips to let go of some of that energy that you don't need.
Okay, so let's go back to saying nice things to yourself about yourself. Now, a lot of us, some people do that too much. Narcissist. I'm this. I'm the greatest, or whatever. But then there's some of us that can't. I have that problem. My husband says it all the time. Why don't you just take the compliment? And the thing is, I tell people that all the time, but I don't do it myself. And Maya Angelou said, if you're going to teach, you must live your own teachings. But why is it that we have such a difficult time, some of us, saying nice things to ourselves? Why does it feel so off-putting?
I think it's I believe it's because we don't like to blow our own trumpet.
Right.
So it feels like if we're talking so kindly to ourselves and we're taking those compliments on board, are we blowing our own trumpet? Are we talking so loud for others? And that for some people, I don't find blowing my own trumpet comes naturally. My therapies do. And my healing comes very naturally. My spirituality comes very naturally.
Yeah.
Actually blowing my own trumpet and saying, do you know what? I'm really good at this.
So how do we do it? Give us some examples. So let me ask you this. Is this what self-affirmations are all about? Oh. So what's the best way to apply that? Should we write them down and read them to ourselves, put them up on the wall so we can just glance over and subconsciously put some pillars of foundation under?
Yeah.
Are both of those good ways? Give us some.
Brilliant ways. You can have them on your phone. You can actually voice record your voice saying these affirmations, saying them out loud, saying them in your mind, physically writing them connects you with the pen to the flow of the energy of the words.
See, I was just saying that to a coaching client last week, but he's 21 years old. So, I refer to my kid clients as, they're aliens to this world. I mean, I'm an alien to this world. They're indigenous because they were born into all this. They've never lived without it. I have, right? And he said, because I said what you just said about the connection with actually writing. He goes, but I get that from my keyboard. He goes, I do. I get that connection from my keyboard. So what do you say to that? Do you think it's the same? I
believe that because they've grown into this technology and that's how they're part of them, that actually typing it in and tapping it in is actually going to be able to connect them with the words.
You think it will? Well, okay. So, because I remember many times in 3rd, 4th, 5th, count in, take your pick, grades, when I had to go up to the board and write, I will not talk in class. I will not talk in class. I will not 100 times on the board, right? So if they had given me a keyboard, do you think it would have had the same effect?
Because I'm dyslexic and neurodiverse, I know that the way that I process things is through a pen.
See, me too. And you put that out there brilliantly, the way that I process. And that's a great thing because, neurodiversity, a lot of people I'm so glad that that's making headway where people are beginning to wake up to the fact that it's not about neurodiverse people fitting into what you do. It's about trying to fit in with what they are, and accepting it and understanding it. So I want to ask you about when you said magical power of who you are.
Yeah.
What do you see what image does that evoke in your mind when you say those words, magical power of who you are?
The magical power of who you are, we are all energy. We're vibrating energy beings. Everything is energy. So when I think of magical power, I think of light. But we have to have the dark to understand what the light is.
True.
So for me, we've all had to experience challenges. We've all had to experience dark places sometimes. And when we have experienced those dark places and we're moving out and emerging into that light, that's when the magic really appears. Because that's when we know what we don't want anymore and what we need for ourselves, for our energy being.
Now I want to ask you this question. It's kind of off topic, but it's important to address, especially in this day and age of Zoom calls and coaching and the blurred lines between a lot of the different industries. So what I'm getting at is you're in the UK, and I see that you're able to put natural transformation therapy. So that means that you are indeed a therapist.
I am.
So, okay. So is it the same there where therapists must be licensed?
We have to have insurance. We have to be under a professional guiding and ethical body. We have to ensure that we do continual professional development, that we interact with other therapists, and that we continue and evolve our learning. So yeah, we are under quite a lot of criteria to ensure that we do what we do in an ethical and professional way.
Good. Because, like when it comes to some things like coaching and whatnot, I'm in there. We have to be careful. A lot of people throw shingles up. A lot of people promise a lot of things, and a lot of people believe them and end up becoming very jaded, distrustful. Many don't get past it. And so it's important, I think, to ask those kinds of questions of people that you're going to entrust this kind of work to. Do you agree?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, at the end of the day, if you're trusting your mental health and your physical health with people, you have to make sure that they have got professional bodies and ethical standards, and that train to a certain degree as well. Because you're putting your health in their hands and your well-being.
That's right. So the natural part, on the screen right there, right after your name, it says natural transformation therapy. Explain the natural part. Are you moving over, and do you mean holistic? Do you mean organic?
Holistic. Yeah. I'm a holistic therapist, so I treat the whole of the person, the mind, body, the spirit, all of them, because when we're looking at a person, the word holistic means the whole of them. So when somebody might come in and say to me, oh, I'm feeling like my heart chakra's very tight, they might not say that. They might just say, I'm feeling very tense and I'm very stressed.
Yes.
And holistically, I will go through a consultation, but I will also look at the body language of how they speak, how they react to me. And I will also ask certain questions, but I will also be aware that when we're talking energy, I explain what energy is to them, so in a very simple way, so that they start to realize the whole process of what's going to happen in the therapy. So natural is all about looking at things that are naturally going to help you. And then whether that's changing your mindset, changing the words, reframing how you talk to yourself, aromatherapy oils, crystals, the whole shebang, energy.
So what about, I know how it is over here a little. I'm married to a therapist. And so we get to talk about this a lot, because when we first started seeing each other, believe it or not, he had a lot of colleagues that did not like the fact that he was hanging out with a coach, a woo-wooist, or whatever. And so I can only imagine that it must happen where you meet colleagues that are not natural therapists, like you, are not of the same
mindset.
Yeah, I was looking for, see, I'm not going to throw any old word out there and hope it sticks. So thank you for helping me through that intersection. But yeah, do you ever come up against that where the traditional therapist looks at what you do as witch doctory?
I do get you will always get the skeptics. You will always get the people who, oh, that's a bit weird. That's a bit wacky. That's about woo woo.
Yeah.
But there is a book called That's Why Woo Woo Works, or Why Woo Woo Works.
Okay.
Look it up, because it's scientifically proven that certain things that we do actually do create a wonderful positive impact on the brain and actual brain cells. So it's interesting, but I like skeptics. That's going to sound really weird.
No.
Because to me, they're going to be your biggest cheerleaders. So if they come in and they have Reiki from you, classic example, I can remember a guy coming in, I don't believe in this Reiki. I don't know what it is. I have no idea. I've no idea what Reiki is. And but work's paying for me, so I thought I'd give it a go.
Oh.
Right? He says, I've actually injured myself, but I'm not going to tell you where it is because you're doing Reiki, so you'll know where it is, won't you? So I went,
well, you put you to the test.
Oh, yeah, but I'm like, okay. But I already knew where it was because I was getting a little bit of discomfort in my right ankle. So when you work on somebody, that energy, because you're stepping into their aura, means that you can actually identify where the energy needs to be going, where the flow needs to be, where you need to concentrate. And Reiki it reconnects that person with that energy flow. So I did my Reiki. He was chilled out, so chilled out at the end of it. And he said, right then, what's the result? So I says, well, it's actually your right ankle. You probably did it about a week ago, but your left ankle is really overcompensating. And you've had an old injury from about 11 years on your left shoulder. And he went, oh, shut the door. Oh my God. Yes. And he came every month for Reiki because I basically kind of knew where the injury was, worked on it, also knew where an old injury was, and just helped him to just relax. And he could feel the heat from my hands. And so he said to me, I've never been as relaxed as that for a long, long time. And I said, that's how it works.
Okay, put your hand out like this. Put your hand out. And where I can see it. Now, I just slapped your hand. You know why? Because with what you do and your gifts, these words should never come out of your mouth again like they did when you said, well, I basically kind of, because let me tell you something. When you use your divine gift, there's nothing basic about it. And the jury is back. It is unanimous. There is no kind of anything.
Yeah.
It was, it is, it shall always be. Can I get an amen?
Amen. Definitely.
Okay, there we go. We got to remind each other of these things. You see what I'm saying? Because words are spells. Yeah. Words are spells. They really are. And it takes, you guys know how hard it is to get people to do what's best for them. Half the time we got to trick them into it. So we don't need any help undoing the good work. One more amen. Can we just find one more? There we go. Well, I love what you were saying. I'm going to put one up there. I loved what you were saying about how skeptics can be. Sometimes I love it because they will be your greatest cheerleader when they run around, and nothing better than word of mouth. You know, that's a big piece. I believe that we manifest word of mouth essence inside of the work we do, because a lot of people think that, 100 years from now, you think they're really going to be picking up your book off Amazon? 100 years from now, you think they're really going to be digging up your YouTube videos? But 100 years from now, someone could very well be in the darkest spot of the night, the darkest place of the soul. You know how they talk about those places. And they may not know your name or what you looked like, but your work can still be working. where they whisper to someone else. Well, I heard once, and then they quote you. I heard a story about a person, and then they tell the story. So I just say that to encourage everybody. Every day, make sure you leave something in the world that you've spoken that's worth remembering. Something that you've spoken that's worth repeating. That's the best legacy you could ever hope for, if you ask me. So now let's move over to healthy boundaries. Where's the organ? Da-da-da! Da-da-da! No, seriously. When I think of healthy boundaries, look, it's like this for a lot of people. It can be very scary.
Oh, yeah.
Talk about, that's another thing. When you say the words healthy boundaries, what do you see? Barbed wire, machine guns around the property, electric fences, dogs guarding every corner, every gate. What do you see healthy boundaries? What's the image you see?
The image for me is not allowing somebody to drain your energy.
But how do we know what that looks like?
When you get tired, when you feel like you've been in that presence of that person for too long, and you just feel like the life force is being drained out of you.
Is that an easy thing to detect, in your opinion? Or is it something someone needs to bring to your attention usually? You need to stay away from that crew. Every time you come back from over there, you just start yourself.
Yeah.
What are some of the warning signs, Diana, that your energy could be being zapped by some of the people that you hang around with, or the places? Because the places can do it too. Situations can do it too.
Yeah.
Any warning signs?
Warning signs can be a fuzzy brain. You can feel a bit fuzzy and not being able to actually concentrate. You might actually feel like you're getting a bit of a headache. You can feel heaviness in your kind of heart and chest area, as though you're actually feeling heavier. You can actually feel like your shoulders are feeling heavier as well, as if you've got the weight of their emotions and whatever they've been talking about on you. And it can also mean that sometimes your stomach can gurgle quite a bit.
You know, one of the signs that I have found, and I found it in 3 or 4 of my clients, because they'll be on a session with me, which is an hour, and I'll do a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cross, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cross thing. I'll ask them first when I notice 2 or 3 or 4. I'll go, how'd you sleep last night? Did you stay up late? And they're like, no, I went to bed. But they can't stop yawning.
Yeah.
And I've had people 17, 18, 25 yawns in an hour, and they claim they went to bed on time. They got up. I was like, well, where were you before you came to this session today? Because you seem like you can barely keep your eyes open.
Yeah.
And they don't even realize it until I say, go back and watch the video. 27 times you've yawned in the last 60 minutes. So what about that? What about physical signs? You gave us some, but how do we track it? Well, how do we, we're good at self-diagnosing, or so we think we are. Oh, I always got that. Oh, that's just my so-and-so. And we dismiss it instead of really tracking the footprints back to the culprit so that we can do something about it. Talk about that if you could, Diana.
Yeah, it's a natural thing with your gut. It's your intuitive center, which is your solar plexus. So also when our gut is off, or our final thing is we feel that we're not being heard as well. So if somebody's constantly talking but never allowing you to then speak, it's not like you're being allowed to speak. Not you, Dr. Lauren. You never.
Oh, if you lived in this house, you might not be saying not you, Dr. Lauren.
But it's also a feeling of you might need to drink more water. You might feel like you're dehydrated, heart fluttering. Yeah. You could just feel like there's pressure on around your throat, could feel a little bit tight, as though it's like, I really want to express myself here, but I actually don't feel I can.
Diana, do you think anxiety comes sometimes from being around toxic energy?
Oh,
because if it's free, we know it's frequency, but just for the sake of argument, if frequencies are all mixed matched, not on the same frequency, to me, how this one thing I couldn't stand back in the day. If any of you remember car radios where you could actually turn or push those buttons, right? And you always, I don't know about over there, but over here, if I don't care where you were, if you were out in the middle of nowhere, you could always count on getting two stations that would play at the same time. Spanish music and country music all playing at the same time on the same channel. You can hear them both. And it would be like, give me just one channel. I want one. I'll take it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was so annoying. Can it be like that with frequency?
It can be, yeah. And as a person who's empathic, sensitive, you can usually feel it the minute you walk into a room as well. So it can heighten you into feeling overwhelmed. And that overwhelming feeling. So for me, a tactic that I would use is to, one, when I'm feeling overwhelmed and anxious and things are starting to really come in, the frequencies are coming in, I would just take my eyes, purely my eyes, up to the sky. Up to the sky. Just your eyeballs. And then down. Very quickly.
Oh.
And what that does is disconnect you scientifically from the negative thought pattern. Automatically, it's just like that.
Real? Oh, I have one of those that someone taught me. Do you want to see it? One of those hacks. Yes, and I'll add that one to this. I love this one. I had to say I went right there, got it. So, and this is scientifically proven as well, and I use it all the time. So, you put the words healthy and unhealthy. I did that thing with the green line because what I love about the word healthy is heal thyself. That's what I always tell myself. Heal thyself. Healthy. So the thing about this is if I am saying something or something is being played on loop, on repeat in my mind, and I'm, what is this? All I got to do is pull this card out. When I hear it and look at the card, if it's healthy, I'm looking at the word healthy. If what I'm hearing is unhealthy, I automatically focus on the word unhealthy, and that turns it off.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of this one?
That's an absolute new one to me, and I love it.
Yes.
I'm going to embrace that.
The woman I met on here, she was on a show from Harvard. She taught me that, and man.
Yeah. And I do a lot of deep breathing, and I'll also focus on a really happy memory, a happy place, a safe place where I feel safe. It can be certain beaches, that sunset. I focus back on that, and that brings my energy back in for me.
Hey, how do you feel about guided meditation?
Personally, I love guided meditation.
Mm-hmm.
I love guided meditation. Adore guided meditation.
I do too.
It just makes me, because I do a lot of guided meditation and visualizations for my clients, it helps them to know and visualize and connect back in with that positive energy that they know they felt.
I just, why do I feel like you should write a book on tips? I really do, like 365 tips, one for every day.
Yeah, definitely. And there's always the gamut point.
Okay. I was going to ask you about that too, but let me just put the tapping. No. Have you seen the tapping? How do you feel about that?
Oh, love it. Because again, it is scientifically proven that you are tapping into energy meridians, and you are then disconnecting emotions, memories. You're reconnecting good energy and bringing that into the body. So it's a way of shaking everything up.
Can you take everybody through one of those? I'm going to leave and put you on the screen. And can you take us through one real quick?
I can do a really quick one, yeah.
Yeah, do like a 1 minute one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, hold on. Okay, you guys do this. I'm telling you it works. Okay, wait a minute.
Yeah.
So
we're going to start with the thymus thumb. So I'll just stand up a little bit so you can see me. And this is the middle of your sternum. And I just want you to just lovely tap here and do some nice deep breaths. And when we're breathing out, you're going to breathe out that anything that any residual, any negative energy, any negative emotions or feelings that are just coming up for you at the moment. As we thump the thymus, we are stimulating and getting rid of stagnant energy. You're letting it go, but you're also boosting your immune system at the same time. A thymus thump is so good for you, so good for you. So we're thumping here, but don't be too hard on yourself. I don't want any bruises. Middle of the chest.
Too late.
Give it a nice one, just there. And whenever we're feeling overwhelmed, we go to the karate point here and we go into the middle. And just tap. Happily tap. Automatically, we are getting rid of negative energy, negative emotions, and feeling good. So we're just going there. I want you to go to the front of your first finger, the pointy finger. Sorry, I'm really bad with cameras, so I'm really sorry.
No, there.
Into there to the top part where your first bend is. And we're going to tap that. Just tap it. Negative tapping. Just taking anything. You don't even have to be thinking about anything. Any negative emotions that are happening, any negative energy that's being placed, you're just tapping into these energy meridians, and it feels so good because your body's just going to release whatever it needs to and bring in some positive stuff. We're then going to tap onto the top of your crown. Meridians into your crown. Tapping in. Tapping in. Into the crown. That's exactly right.
Oh, different
side of the eye. Just to the top of the side of the eye where your actual eyebrow starts. We're going to tap there.
Above the eyebrow?
Yeah. Just where the eyebrow starts, where it meets your nose. That bit.
Okay.
Tap in.
So isn't this like the third eye part?
The third eye's here.
Oh.
But you're just slightly to the side where the eyebrow starts.
Okay.
And then you're going to go to the side of the eye. I'm going to take my glasses off now.
More of that.
Here. Just slightly to the side of the eye.
Okay.
So you're here.
Yes. Like above the temple?
Yeah, just above the temple.
Okay.
Just under the eye.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Under the nose.
Is there
under the mouth? Going back to the thymus.
The what?
The thymus.
Oh.
The breastbone.
Okay.
Here. Your sternum. Tapping that again. Going back to the other finger on the other side.
Which one did I do?
To where your finger.
Yes.
Crease. There. And then there. So you're going to do the gamut point again, but with the other side.
Okay, doke. So can I ask you real quick while we're still tapping? What about, because I don't, what do we got 5 minutes and I don't want to forget this question. Any suggestions for turning our brains off when it's time to go to sleep? I try my best not to look at my screen before, but it's like, that's like asking me not to breathe. And I'm like, I gotta stop doing it. Just like when I first wake up, the first thing I do is jump on that screen. I want to put some kind of a bumper on the front and the back of the car, if you will. So any suggestions there on how to ease into sleep and ease out of it?
Yeah.
Without jumping
Easing
straight to our
into
phone.
sleep, you could do this tapping before you went to bed.
Oh, okay.
So you could do this. You could also write 3 things you're grateful for.
I like that.
You could also do the eyes to the sky when the overwhelm is happening. You could also think of a word that has no association with whatever you're thinking about. So let's just say bed. So you could think the first word would be bee. So you might think, I love buzzing bees, unless you've got a phobia of them. E, elephant. D, dog. Your brain won't be thinking about the whirring that's going on. And just keep doing those different words that are not associated with anything. But tapping the thymus and doing this negative release, like we've just done, will help you to just let go of any negative energy or any negative emotions that are coming up.
It feels like you're flushing an internal toilet.
Yeah. You're
You know what I
wiping
mean?
it
Just
off. That's a good
let
one.
it go.
Let it go. Wiping it off. Even that's an absolutely wonderful thing to do. Absolutely. Just even tapping and then wiping any energy, any residual energy, letting it go, moving it off, shaking it off.
I love
letting
that.
it go.
I have one more request about as we get older, you know, like mind acrobatics, keeping our mind flexible. Some people do the adult coloring books.
Yeah.
I know my husband, he suggests that he thinks that's a good thing. Some people do Sudokus or word finds or puzzles and things.
Yeah.
How do you feel about, you know, mind aerobics?
Mind aerobics is going to be really good for you, but you've also got to quieten your mind as well. It's all right stimulating it, but you've also got to be able to be mindful to quieten the mind. Coloring's amazing. Anything that you do physically, anything that's good somatically, yoga, moving the body, anything that's kind of calming as well. It's mind aerobics is fabulous because you're still stimulating the brain. And it's about cognitive processes, recalling memory.
Right. Those senior moments. Everybody jokes about, oh, it was a senior moment. But I know people that have junior moments. They turn into senior moments. But it's about, I just feel like I need to work it out. You know, it needs to do some HIIT exercises, some high intensity training up in there because of short-term memory and stuff like that. One last thing, supplements.
Yeah.
How many supplements do you have on your counter? Do you know, I mean, how do you feel about supplements?
I take 4. And that's because I know, particularly as we're going into autumn and into winter, that my body needs more sunlight and things that would produce my body to have that sunlight that I'm not actually getting. I also take ashwagandha. That's a relaxer. I also take agnacaster because it's natural for the menopause. And I take slippery elm because that aids your digestion for IBS.
Did you say slippery elm?
Yeah.
I've never heard of that.
A lot of people haven't, and I've helped a lot of people with irritable bowel. It's so good. But
where
using it with the probiotic as well. Slippery elm.
Where do you get that?
Honestly, if you look on the internet, you will find it. We get it from like Holland & Barrett, which is a certified.
Now,
herbalist.
is this a pill? Is this a capsule?
Yeah.
Okay. Make sure you get a little bit of slippery elm in your system. Slippery elm. Who named these things? You know what? I'm calling you slippery elm. They probably slipped on it, fell. And then, okay. So listen, along the screen at the bottom is your website, correct? Naturaltransformation.uk.
Yeah.
What do people find when they go over to that storefront, that place, that door? What do they find when they get there?
They get to see some The therapies that I produce, I do, and teaching and training that I do, which can be done online as well as in person. They get to be able to book a consultation with me if they wish to, which is a 20-minute free transformation connection call, to then find that I'm the therapist for them, or they need the therapy. I'm not a definite, like, you will need this therapy. It's about finding the therapist that works with you and connects with you. And I'm very much about connection.
Perfect. We love connection. Yes, I thought
Yes,
so.
we do.
And there's a second road. Instagram is also on the screen right now. And we will take the liberty, you guys, of dropping both of these links inside your comment section immediately at the conclusion of the broadcast here in just a couple minutes. So that will be there for you. I want to say thank you, Diana Tyson, Natural Transformation Therapy. Quite informative, brilliantly delivered. And thank you. You've really given me a lot to think about. And
Can I show you the copy of the book cover?
Just say that again.
Can I show you the copy of the book cover?
Yeah. Beyond the Ordinary. And that is over on Amazon, right?
It is.
Okay. Now that's an anthology, correct? Bunch of different people in there.
And it's got lots of self-help guides within it. So you've got self-help tips. Look, you can see a picture of me.
Okay, there it is. If you want to drop that in the chat section, the comment section, people can get over and check the book out. Again, thank you so very much for all you do. We really appreciate you here on Bathrobe Moments, and all of you. We appreciate you. We could not do this without you, and nor would we want to. Thanking our guest today again. Thank you, Diana Tyson, for what you did, what you do, and what you continue to do. Great job today, and great job to all of you. Now listen, get out of here. Go and find your highest self today. It takes one E and one R, and you've done it. You've taken everything you already are to a whole new level. Great to greater, bright to brighter, strong to stronger, and my personal favorite, kind to kinder. So get out, make a difference in the world, ease some suffering wherever you find yourself. That's most likely why you're there. I will see you, God willing, tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Central, right over there on the front porch, where together we can have yet another illuminated conversation right here on Bathrobe Moments. Now, as always, I say as you leave, don't let my screen door slam. And remember, Dr. Lauren absolutely loves you. And there's not a damn thing you can do about it. I'll see you tomorrow. Have your best day ever. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you, Diana. Great job. Bye, everybody.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Take care.
Okay, bye.
Thank you.
Show me your soul. Baby, I'll show you mine. Show me your soul. Honey, it's way past time.